Hello everyone, this is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot. The reading today is for Friday, October 11th, 2019. Thank you for joining me today, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And please subscribe and join us each and every day. And as some of you know, today is Feature Friday. Each Friday, I'll try to feature a different deck with a little of the history behind it. And today I have the Good Tarot deck. Colette, Baron-Reid, and Gina della Grattaglia, are the team behind this wonderful deck, the Good Tarot. The artist Gina is a native New Yorker who now lives in LA with her husband. Gina is a self-taught artist who believes in being eclectic and unique in her style, thus creating new and wondrous art. And this is the fifth deck that Gina has illustrated for Colette. Now, Colette is known as the Oracle Queen. She is the author of several books and oracle card decks. She is internationally known and acclaimed intuition expert, host of the TV show Messages from Spirit, keynote speaker, recording artist, and entrepreneur. She is the CEO and founder of the Envision Lab, which is her advisory services for individuals to serve as coaches. She's originally from Toronto, Canada, and splits her time between the US and Canada. Now, Colette wanted to create this deck using a more traditional structure, but designed it with a psychic architecture that is more modern and simple. Colette's quote on the deck is this: "Its heart is in the expression of the highest good for all, and its pulse is in the universal laws of co-creation and manifestation." This version of the tarot is all about goodness, happiness, and love, finding our faith and living it regardless of temporary outer conditions. Okay. So first thing that I can show you is the box here. And the book. It's a pretty thick book, and her affirmations and explanations for each card. In the beginning, she does offer some additional insights on each of the cards, the major arcana cards, the court cards, and the rest of the deck. And then a little bit of numerology is in here as well. The cards are actually larger than the average deck, and they're very good quality. Good card stock on these. So you really have a feel for this deck when you're shuffling it. And the moment that I picked up this deck, I felt that it was different from other decks, and it certainly is. It wasn't what I expected. And at first I was confused. Is it a tarot deck or an oracle deck? It has 78 cards and the 4 suits. But what Colette did was put positive affirmations with each card instead of the traditional forecasts or warnings. Now, my personal experience was that this deck felt that it was made for me personally. The affirmations are written in the first person, which is very different. So it felt like you were solving your own problems by yourself right away. A very pleasant and positive deck. It gives you a different perspective for each card. And beginners can use this deck for readings for themselves, but it might be a little bit more of a challenge to perform more extensive readings without knowing the traditional meanings of the cards. So Colette does suggest to use this deck like an oracle card deck, using a 1-card reading for immediate clarity and a 3-card reading for a question regarding a situation. So first, I'm going to show you what most of us view as the negative cards of the deck. The 3 of Air which is the Three of Swords. This is a beautiful card, and there's no stabbing of the heart in this card. The Major Arcana, the Tower card, which always shows people, fire and brimstone, and people being thrown out of the windows. And actually, I had used this for one of my readings. I was doing a quick reading for someone, and I just wanted a clarity, and I just want, and so I went to the Good Tarot deck, and this was the card that came up. And you might think that that was bad news, but I don't know if you can see in the windows. Let's see. Can you see all of the, well, you can see on the whole card, it's just, yes, beaming with light, but this is kind of like spiritual, and it's coming out of all the doorways. And I felt that there were many different paths or options for this person. And there was also a lot of archways on the card. So it was actually a wonderful card to give clarity for that particular reading very quickly. So that's what's nice about this deck. And the Seven of Air, which is equivalent to the Seven of Swords, always portraying someone sneaking around behind your back, and she does have a mask on, so I think that's about the only thing that's giving the hint of the Seven of Swords. And this is great, Temptation. This is actually the Devil card in this deck. And yep, we're looking at a bite of an apple, but the bite is a heart shape. So even depicting the, serpent who tricked Adam and Eve, and they took a bite out of the apple. We all know the story. That's what they're depicting here, but it's a heart shape. So even that was made in a more positive fashion. The Nine of Air, doves are so much nicer than seeing all those swords coming down above you in the bed as depicted in our usual decks. Five of Water is the Five of Cups. So you can see she's upset, she's not happy, but it's just shown in a different way in this deck. And the Eight of Air, this is the Eight of Swords, and it's just feathers dropping away, kind of signifying that you're not really captive, you're not really restricted. Now in this deck, the messengers here are the Knight cards. So Messenger of Fire, Messenger of Air, Messenger of Earth, and the Messenger of Water. And most of the page cards, pages are children, but a lot of times on the cards it's not really depicted that way. And we have the Page of Earth here, little boy, and the Page of Water, the Page of Fire, and the Page of Air is a little bit older. Okay. And some of the cards that I found interesting, and starting off with the Moon card. And as we know, the moon is about something hidden beneath the surface, not yet revealed. And this card was actually chosen for the cover of the box. And I felt that the cover and this card was already telling me that this deck had more to it than I saw. So really interesting. And the Ten of Water, Ten of Cups. I like that it's the Buddha, the happy Buddha. The Nine of Fire, Nine of Wands. Nine of Water, it's the Nine of Cups. I like the fact that this is the Wish card, and these are all diamonds in here. And I love this card, the Queen of Earth. And I don't think you can actually see this. This is her right here. And she's so much depicting being Mother Earth that she's actually become part of the earth here. This is like vine growing on her and a dragonfly on her shoulder. And she has an antler crown and just really captures the essence of Mother Earth. It's a beautiful card. And the Fool card. Charging off, blowing the horn, I'm going off on an adventure. And being very carefree and naive about it. And I like the King of Water because, and he's the King of Cups, he looks like Poseidon. It's being depicted as Poseidon, and looks like there's a ship down there. We all know the story behind Poseidon. And the Fortune's Wheel. And at first I was like, was this a face in there? But it's actually the moon. The Eight of Worth. It's the Eight of Pentacles. It's known as the work card. So I thought it was a very different Eight of Pentacles than what we're used to seeing. Maybe working really hard to play the cello here. The Star card. This is a beautiful blue card. I just love the color on this card. Hope, optimism. And the Hierophant. She just looks so powerful. And I love, she has the wings. And we have the Ten of Fire, which is the Ten of Wands. And I just love the fire cards. And my most favorite of all, the Magician card in this deck. This, he's just like looking through you. It's one of the first cards that when you get a brand new deck, the Magician or the Fool is usually on top, and then you've got the Magician. And as soon as I saw this card, it was like, holy cow, really just looks right into you. And yes, I've had many comments about him looking like Santa Claus. And I suppose he could be, because the Magician can manifest just about anything. So this is my favorite in this deck. So that's a little bit about the Good Tarot. And give me one moment and I will cue up the reading. Okay, so again, this is the reading for Friday, October 11th, 2019. And a reminder that these are general daily readings. Take what resonates and disregard the rest. Now, first I will perform the reading as Colette wrote it, in the first person format and meant for it to be done. And then I'll follow up with my summary at the end for my viewers who are used to my TED Talk style of tarot reading. This way you can actually see the difference. So remember, this is as if you're reading this yourself. First we have the King of Earth. I have trust and faith in the invisible and know it will manifest in the realm of form the way I need it to. Opportunity can be found anywhere and everywhere. Because I am competent and committed, I am ready for abundance to manifest now in the world of conditions, in a form that is aligned with my highest good. I manifest all that I desire, consciously aware of the need to stay focused and grounded in the everyday work required. And so that is the affirmation for the King of Earth. Now going on to the Queen of Air. I have clarity of purpose. My intentions are in alignment with my understanding. There is always a strategy in the game called life. Can I let go of false truths and be rigorously honest with myself and others. And that was the affirmation for the Queen of Air. Now we have love. In all of life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing, and exploring? When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. And let's turn over our energy of the day, messenger of fire. Okay, the affirmation for that is, I have unstoppable spirit and can co-create all that I desire. Surrounded by spirit, illumined by the wisdom that rises up within me, I set forth on a path to innovate. I trust in my vision and act accordingly, remaining true to what I most value and desire, which can manifest in many forms. Okay, that is how Colette meant for the readings to be done, with reading affirmations for each card, and then you can probably put two and two and two together to get the meaning from that. So now I will quickly summarize this reading for you. And first we have the King of Earth, which is also the King of Pentacles. And this king is a very ambitious and successful man who is a practical and careful business person. He is wealthy but careful with his money. And he is a very thoughtful and considerate lover, husband, and father. And he's a wonderful, wonderful family man. And this can be a person that exists in your life currently or soon will be. And that would be a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Then we have the Queen of Air, which is the Queen of Swords. This queen is very independent, objective, rational woman who's more interested with her career than in emotional matters. She is fair, very determined, sharp-witted, has a strong will, and is a wonderful person to have represent you on the legal ground. And this can be a person currently in your life at this time or soon will be. And this can be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Now, next is the card Love, which is the major arcana card, the Lovers. And the Lovers card is about choice and partnerships. It can be a union between two things or people. It's about making choices. Is your heart and your head united? Tune into your heart's desire, but also pay attention to logic as well. If what you're doing or deciding is acting out of love, then you're on the right path. And we often have to make choices. And once we choose one path, another is compromised. And you need to take ownership for the choices you have made. And the overall energy is the Messenger of Fire, which is the Knight of Wands. And this is a knight that most likely brings change, to the situation. This can be a change in regards to your life purpose or calling, something that you feel passionate about. This is about a feeling, a need for adventure in your life at this time. Maybe a career that takes you to different parts of the world. Traveling is often part of this night's agenda. And so the summary for this reading is that at this time, some of you are feeling adventurous. You want to travel and experience new things. The Lover's card is indicating that you have existing unions or partnerships that will be affected by your choice or decision. The choosing of one path, but it will compromise another situation. Now, for some of you, the King and Queen here are your parents in this situation. And maybe you're going off to college or taking a job, leaving home, which will send you far from the comforts of your home, and you have to decide. For others, this can be the partnership you have, either you being the King of Pentacles or being the Queen of Swords, and in a situation where the partner has an opportunity to continue on a new path, but this will absolutely affect the other person. The 3-card spread here adds up to number 8, which simply is about abundance. You have abundance in your life, and this decision might upset that carefully placed abundance. Remember, abundance can be more than monetary. We're talking about love here. And our crystal for the day is amethyst. Beautiful. And that's what my tea light holder is here. This crystal is simply indicating that your intuition is very strong right now, and amethyst will help you to tune into your spirit guides, which in turn can guide you in your decisions at this time. They can offer valuable insights into your life. Carry or wear amethyst to have your intuition ready and razor sharp to assist you in choosing the right direction. Thank you for joining me today for Feature Friday. I hope you enjoyed learning about the Good Tarot deck. Be sure to subscribe and support my channel. And along with Feature Friday, I also have smoke card readings on Wednesday and also Take Action Mondays. My website is mysticdoortarot.com if you would like a private reading. Love, light, and abundance to all of you. Until tomorrow.